Surprise! It's Mrs. McClough here. I'm going to walk you through this word problem and show you how you can write your own system of equations based on a little story. I'm going to read it through one time first without stopping, and then I'm going to go back again and pick out all of the important information. And then we're going to set up our variables. Two cell phone plans offer differing text packages. The two plans are outlined below. You have Plan A, which is $5 per month charge, along with a charge of 3 cents per text. And then you have Plan B, which is no per month charge, but a charge of 10 cents per text. Is there a certain number of texts when the two plans cost the same amount? Determine your answer by setting up a system of equations that model the two plans. Okay, so you notice that there's a Plan A and there's a Plan B. Plan A charges you $5 per month no matter what. And then they're going to charge you 3 cents per text on top of that. In Plan B, there's no monthly charge, but they charge you 10 cents per text. Plan A is going to be your first equation, and Plan B is going to be your second equation. When it asks us to define our variables, we're talking about x and y. You know that when you're doing systems of equations, we're usually using the letters x and y. We're going to let x equal the number of texts. And we're going to let y equal the total cost per month. If at any point you need to hit pause and copy down the notes, go ahead, and then when you're ready, you can push play again. Like I said, Plan A is going to be our first equation. The total cost of Plan A, so the total cost is y. Plan A is $5 per month no matter what. That's not a changing variable. You're paying $5 no matter what every month. Plus the 3 cents per text. Don't forget, texts are our x value. So it's 3 cents every time you send a text. The second equation, the total cost for Plan B, is going to be y equals, because y is our total cost. And there is no monthly charge in Plan B. It's just 10 cents per text, no matter what. What are we trying to figure out here? If you go back and you read the question, it asks you, when the two plans cost the same amount. Well, we know that in math, the word same means equals. So we could take these two equations and set them equal to each other, but you guys have learned that that's really just substitution. So what we're going to do to solve the equation is I'm going to take this 5 plus 0.03x and I'm going to replace it with this y. So when you set up your equation, it's going to look like this. Now all we need to do is solve for x. I'm going to move my paper up a little bit so you can see what's happening. Our favorite thing to do is drop the line. I need to get my x's on one side, so it makes more sense if I subtract 0.03x from both sides. get out your calculators. This 5 is coming down, equals, and now you've got 0.10x minus 0.03x, which is really like saying 10 cents, take away 3 cents, you're left with 7 whole cents. And my next step is going to be to solve for x. So I'm going to divide both sides by 7 cents, 0.07. And again, grab your calculator, and you're going to do 5 divided by 0.07, and you're going to get a decimal. 71.4286 equals x. Well, what does that mean? Well, don't forget, if you look back up here where we said define our variables, it said that x is going to equal the number of texts. 71.4286 for a number of texts doesn't make a whole lot of sense because we can't have decimal number of texts. So for our solution, we're going to write there is no certain number of texts because we can't have decimal texts. If that answer came out to be 71 or 72 with no decimal, then we would have a solution because we can have 71 as a whole number of texts. 0.4 texts would be like sending a text that didn't go all the way through. You don't get charged for those. So for this situation, there is no number of texts that make the two plans equal to each other. Hope you enjoyed my little cell phone problem.